My fellow Nigerians, a nation does not scream before it collapses. It coughs, it limps, it learns to live with pain and calls it normal. I intended to record this video yesterday as part of a 5-video series on the subject before Donald Trump, President of the United States, ordered the targeted attacks on terrorists in Nigeria. Whether rightly or wrongly so is another day's conversation. What is important right now is how necessary and timely this video is. Let's go on with this original video and maybe we'll make a separate video on Donald Trump's attack. Today, Nigeria is not merely insecure. Nigeria is unattended. The house is under attack and the stewards are in the back room counting cutlery. This address is not an opposition speech. It is not a campaign chant. It is a mirror. And mirrors are dangerous because they do not argue, they reveal. Let us start where the blood starts, in the northern part of Nigeria, and now bleeding steadily into the middle belt and beyond. Armed groups are no longer anomalies. They are systems. Banditry is no longer random. It is organized extraction. Insurgency is no longer ideology. It is logistics. Kidnapping is no longer crime. It is a pricing model. These groups have payrolls. They have intelligence networks. They have supply chains. They have recruiters more efficient than NYSC. Why? Because violence thrives where governance has been hollowed out. When roads exist only in budget speeches, when security votes disappear into private estates, when barracks decay while convoys grow longer, the message is clear. The state has outsourced survival and nature abhors a vacuum. So criminals move in. Nigeria is not unsafe because leaders are ignorant. Nigeria is unsafe because insecurity is profitable. A system addicted to looting cannot afford strong institutions because institutions audit, institutions remember, institutions expose. So, what happened? Budgets are bloated but outcomes are thin. Arms are purchased but soldiers improvise. Security votes are classified, but funerals are public. When leadership is preoccupied with stealing the future, it cannot protect the present. Every naira diverted from intelligence becomes a bullet funded indirectly. Every compromised appointment turns command into confusion. Every lie told to protect corruption becomes a coffin for a citizen. This is not incompetence. This is neglect with intent. Here is where the danger matures. In many parts of Nigeria today, the flag does not arrive before the gunmen. Communities now know this equation. Abuja is far, help is late, silence is guaranteed, so they adapt. Local vigilantes emerge, ethnic militias form, communal armies take shape, not because Nigerians love violence, but because survival is persuasive. This is how authority fragments. The state becomes a logo, power becomes local, justice becomes negotiable, and once authority is no longer centralized, unity becomes ceremonial. This is how countries dissolve without a single declaration of war. A nation is only as safe as the dreams it offers its young men. Today, many Nigerian youths see 3 options. 1. Hustle endlessly in a broken economy. 2. Migrate legally or illegally. 3. Pick up a gun and become relevant overnight. When leaders loot opportunity, violence becomes the employer of last resort. Bandit groups do not need propaganda. Reality recruits for them. They offer immediate income, instant power, fear-based respect, and the state offers what? Promises, forms, patience. A generation raised on neglect will not defend the system that neglected it. It will monetize its anger. Let us speak economics, not emotions. No farmer, no food. No roads, no trade. No security, no investment. Insecurity is not just killing people, it is killing productivity. Fields are abandoned. Transport costs explode. Insurance becomes impossible. Food inflation is not mysterious. It is the sound of fear traveling through supply chains. A government that steals development pays later with instability. You cannot loot prosperity and expect peace to stay loyal. Psychological collapse is the most dangerous consequence. When people stop believing that the nation belongs to them, they stop defending it. Citizenship dies quietly when victims are blamed, when killers are negotiated with, when justice is selective. People retreat into tribe, religion, region. Nigeria becomes a waiting room, not a home, and no nation survives when its people are emotionally homeless. Let me say this with the gravity it deserves. If the monopoly of violence fully leaves the state, Nigeria will not be rescued. It will be managed. Foreign interests will secure pipelines, not people. Peacekeepers will freeze conflict, not solve it. Sovereignty will become conditional. History is cruel to countries that mistake corruption for cleverness. Collapse does not announce itself. It arrives as normalization. My fellow Nigerians, this is not destiny. It is decision. A nation can survive poverty. It can survive disagreement. It cannot survive leadership that steals while the house burns. Security is not a slogan. It is discipline. It is sacrifice. It is leadership that fears history more than exposure. The question before us is simple. Will Nigeria be governed or harvested? Because killers rise only where guardians have abdicated, and history is waiting with a pen that does not erase.